This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Pod Cast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another week of GACenter. Oh, it's been a good one. It's been such a good one. Ups, downs, lefts, rights. People loving on the 3 versus 3, myself included, and some people absolutely mega loathing the 3v3. So, Flair, how have you been, mate?
Good. I twiddled my thumbs, some dust collected. I did sign up for
we'll
this
get
week,
to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Hey, I locked in for this week. I haven't taken a look at who I'm going up against, but I've locked in this week. Don't you worry.
Anyway, any of you legends out there, because we've been throwing that word around quite copiously during the countdown. Any of you legends out there want to jump on an effing choo-choo train and get a hype train going, or any donations or any subs, all will be welcome during the show, but we will be leaving the mentioning of said choo-choo trains and said subs and cheers and bits and all of that gumph until the end of the show, because, very important that we get the stats and the data out. Do you have anything to add, Flair, before we move on?
No. Like you said, it's an interesting week, so let's get cracking on, shall we?
Okay. And we are in there. Number 1, Bulldog. 3-0. 5,920 banners. No losses. You know what that means.
Triple crown!
Triple crown. Bulldog. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. King of the lower divisions. And undefeated title contender. Very little else I can say about this except brilliant.
Oh, not much at all. All right, Infinem. Hey, number 1, first off, in segment 3 today, we're actually going to be talking to Infinem because let me tell you, the dude jumped to Div 5 in the span of a snap. But so he started off with a heavy defense in round 1, but his opponent just started 2 battles on his lower defense. He maximized his resources, got the most possible use. Did really well, had to throw some other teams out there to work, but he got it. Round 2, his opponent managed to clear his Padme defense, which threw him off a little bit. He was like, okay, so what did he have to throw against that? He thinks it's the G12 shock clones. But he did manage to get some holds with JTR heroes, which kind of threw him off a little bit there. He was really surprised there. But again, did manage to get the win on that one. And round 3, his opponent decided to play all the teams he wanted to use on offense round, including have to find a way to split his JKA from Padme in order to deal with both Relic Padme and Geos, because his Treya isn't ready to do that. Opponent tried to block north, and Negotiator was there, tried to team on top, and lots of stuff happened. He only had 2 threatening teams on the south, and that's what we actually get to take a look at. And other than that, he got the full clear. So good job, Infinem. 3-0. Woo!
Wonder who's next. It's you! Oh, look, there's just lots of empty space there, so I'll just make up 3 rounds. Round 1, the dust collected, as Flair twiddled his thumbs and reflected on forgetting to actually use them. Round 2, I wonder if a week away will be detrimental to him. What if he forgets how to set defenses? And round 3, I wish I could go ham on you and really roast the crap out of you, but now I just feel kind of sorry for you. You're going to need the rest of the season and a goat farm of sacrifices to get off the bottom of the table, dude.
I have no comment. I have no comment. Anyways, on to Commander Cody. Round 1 only dropped a single battle, but still got the full clear. It was his Kira Nest against clones. But the rest of his battles, plenty of underdogs, couple solos. And then he got 3 holds on his defense with his Rex clones, his sisters, and his crew. Round 2, both of them full clear, one-shot each other. But Commander Cody was 2 banners, just a sliver more efficient than his opponent. Round 3, full clear, one shot, and his opponent didn't even finish clearing the front territories. So, stonewall defense, 3-0. Excellent job, Cody.
Brainkill. Solid week from Brainkill as he continues his month of 3v3. Round 1 and round 3 were standard wins with a nice flawless victory in round 1. But hopes of a triple were dashed by a pesky gas team, which just didn't want to go down. Yeah, you don't see gas that often in Div 5, so when he turns up, yeah, he's going to cause problems and you're going to have a bad day. 2-1 for Brainkill. There's the table. Look at that. Just look at that magnificent 18-0 at the top. Just look at it. Look at that magnificent 18-0 flair.
Pay no attention to the bottom of the table. Pay no attention to the bottom.
Pay no attention to the bottom of the table. Dude, 4. You are 4 behind Brainkill. Got a lot of work to do, dude.
Yeah, I got some work to do.
do.
I've got some work to do.
Okay, next div.
All right, Bringer of Death. Round 1. Didn't get the full clear. He had to drop a battle versus Newt Seps and 1 against a Thrawn Empire team. But his bugs took 3 to topple on defense, and Bosk was holding strong after 2. Fleet got a hold as well, so he got the win there. Round 2, full clear. He dropped 1 battle against Jedi Knight Revan Jedi, and but his opponent stopped after 4 battles, and that's it. So again, another win there. Round 3, full clear, 1 shot, no issues. His opponent tried to Utini the bugs. That didn't work. Bosk stopped the JTR team from working. Newt stopped Imperial troopers. All of them needed double taps to work. So pure efficiency from that point. Took the 3-0. Excellent job, Bringer Death. He is making up for a month 1 performance.
Lone Gunman 2-1. Technically, it was a 1-1-1 because he did technically win 1, he lost 1, and he drew 1, but he got that second win through virtue of GP. So round 1 was a nightmare for his Night Sister as his opponent's Jedi just chewed through them. Just chewed them up and spat them out through the kitchen sink, but the Night Sister loss cost him the win. Round 2 on the receiving end of some Night Sister bashing, but he still got the win. And round 3 was a tight match with losses on both sides, ending in that draw. But he got the win through the GP.
All right, on to Stone. Got another 3-0 this week. So as he puts it, overall his week was fun. He had a lot of challenges. His opponents, for what they had, mainly set their tougher squads on defense. And so he had to do a bunch of triple taps throughout it. You can tell through the losses he had 10. But he was able to stretch his roster out to come up with counters and cleanup squads. He did get plenty of holds. He got 15 throughout the week. And yeah, didn't get the full clear all the time, but still holding a 3-0 despite not getting full clears and losing a bunch of battles. Excellent job, Stone.
Our favorite German, Renard the Fox, 2-1, lost his round 1, but claims that it was the best match that he's actually had in a while. Found a very challenging opponent who had relics that he had to overcome, had to double tap some teams, including Night Sisters and Bounty Hunters. Didn't win, but said he really, really enjoyed the match and had a good time. Round 2, opponent tried and failed miserably to sandbag him. Fox cleared him, and his opponent didn't even clear territory. Round 3, opposite of round 2, with so much trash on D that our resident Fox soloed every single squad. So 2-1 for the week.
Or Lamar. Look what we got again, Neil. We got a triple crown.
Triple crown.
Round one, full clear, one shot. His opponent got stuck on his Darth Revan and Negotiator, securing a solid, a hefty, and he puts the banner counts here 23-18 to 12-79. Round two, another full clear, one shot. Again, stuck again on Darth Revan and Negotiator 23-07 to 13-88. Round three, full clear, one shot. Opponent took two battles against the sisters Akbar and Grief teams for a wonderful 23-06 to 22-36. 3-0 and a triple crown. Excellent job, Orlamar.
Moyo, another 2-1. There was lots of 2-1s this week. Lots of, just horrible one random round. So round one, round two, pretty straightforward full clears for Moyo. He dropped a few banners here and there, but no real trouble from his opposition. Round three. Round two was where it all went wrong, though, as he underestimated a General Grievous team and got pounded into the ground for it. Gear 13, B1 droid. Don't think he'll be going in with a Traya Sith Triumvirate team against an ever again. 2-1 for Moyo.
Ouch. Canadia's favorite son, unfortunately, had a tough week this week. 1-2. Round one, he lost, didn't get the full clear, but neither did his opponents. Unfortunately, Andy spent a few too many teams trying to do what he did, and unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Round two was the win. Opponent went all offense, allowing him to solo 5 of their defensive teams. Even with them going full offense, they were not able to get past his Padme team or his Bosk. And round three was a loss again. This loss was a fleet loss. Was well on his way to a win and miscalculated a couple of moves. Couldn't get the full clear due to being stuck on the fleet. Had one shot every other battle. Darn fleet. He needs to stop procrastinating. Come on, Andy.
Vendetta. Look at that. Again, 3-0. It's just undefeated. So, fairly standard week for the Division 3-4 Wizard, who remains undefeated in the league. I really do wonder if anybody is going to catch this former pupil of mine. I really do wonder if... I just do. I don't think anybody's going to catch him that good. 3-0, triple whammy, or Vendetta.
Marco went 2-1 this week. Round one, dropped 4 battles, but he still managed to get the full clear. On his defense, though, Boss was a sturdy wall and was able to shut his opponent down completely. Round two, his Darth Revan lost to Padme and his JTR lost to a crew team. He still got the clear. His opponent lost 2 battles, and Marco pulled it away by a single banner. Round three, lost 5 battles on his offense. His opponent only dropped 1 against the fleet, but got the full clear. So, unfortunately, that was where the loss came in. But a 2-1, still an excellent job, Marco.
JKAW, another 2-1. I seem to be getting all the 2-1s. Took an absolute pounding in his first round match, losing 8 times to 6 different teams. But he did pick up the slack in his final 2 rounds with 2 gorgeous flawless victories and a bevy of solos. Good score for the week when you consider what happened during his first round of the week. There is the division, and there is the man of the hour at the top, 18-0, Vendetta. Andy Beads, yeah, he needs to stop procrastinating, doesn't he?
Although you do have to notice, if Vendetta loses even 1 battle, Orlamar is right on his heels for banners.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's definitely any man's race right up there.
Yeah, no, hey, Renard, our German Fox, he is also in a similar position. He's got a higher banner count, so all it takes is 1 bad week, and we've got a couple of people that have had those, they've been flying high, and then all of a sudden they've crashed and burned in just 1 week, which which we are going to get to for obvious reasons. But yeah, very, very, very competitive. This has been, without a doubt, one of the most competitive divisions. I mean, the top 4 there, that is just, yeah. That is very, very good. Moyo, you need to pick it up, mate. You need to pick it up. These 2-1s, with everybody else getting 3-0s, it's hurting you, buddy. It's hurting you. You need to pick up that pace.
On to the next divisions. We've got Fort Mort. Round 1 had to drop a battle against a Palp Basti Shore Trooper, and with Palp Basti Shore Trooper against the Rex Clones and Shock, had to 2-tap the fleet, but Padme, like the classy lass that she is, completely stopped his opponent's offense, securing the win there. Round 2, all went well until the troopers tried to kill the sisters. Sith Triumvirate couldn't kill Thrawn Empire. He still got the full clear though. And his General Grievous was a stout wall, preventing a full clear for his opponent as well. Round 3 was not a full clear. He had to 2-tap Palpatine, and after 2 battles, CLS was still standing. But his boss, Padme, and his bug teams secured plenty of holds. They couldn't take down Padme or Bosk, and that secured him the win there. So 3-0 for Fort Mort. Excellent job.
Geek Girl, 2-1. No, she's been holding her own ever since she got promoted to Division 2. She's had 2 solid weeks now, 2 2-1s, and she's still holding strong. And you know, she really does need to realize, you know, she worries, but she needs to realize that 2-1 is a solid score, especially in Division 2. I mean, she got wins in round 1 and round 3. I mean, she did get totally wrecked in round 2, but 2-1, it's a decent banner score. She didn't get that many losses. She got some wins and really decent amount of holds there. All she needs to do is just build on that week after week after week, and she will be in and around there.
Boba Fett went 3-0 this week with 3 full clears each, but unfortunately wasn't Triple Crown. It was a triple whammy. Round 1, opponent went all out on defense. He got the very sloppy full clear, had to 4-shot a Darth Revan, 3-shot a Padme, and lost some characters just kind of as he went. He only cleared 2 squads on the opponent, only cleared 2 squads on defense, and failed twice against GG, and gave the win after that. Round 2, second match in a row, his opponent only cleared 2 squads, took 2 battles against a GG, 7 swings against Savage Malik Dooku, couldn't kill Malik, and got the full easy clear other than a crazy fast Bosk Embo Dengar team. But yeah, still got the win because his opponent couldn't clear anything. Round 3, another relatively easy full clear, but once again stumbled against a Bosk, this time trying to use Geos, and his opponent only cleared 3 squads. So just the fact that they couldn't do full clears really hurt their chances of winning against Boma. So excellent job, 3-0.
3-0 for Wrangler. Very good comeback. He only got 2-1 in the first week. So, yeah, this 3-1 is definitely good for him. It was a really great week. I mean, if you get a triple whammy, that's a good week. A great week for our resident space cowboy. He does wear his cowboy hats. It could have gone so wrong, though. It could have gone so wrong because he actually forgot to put a defense in round 1. So he had to win without the entirety of the top of his roster. So that's one of those long live the kitchen sink weeks. So yeah, bravo to Wrangler for taking that first round with no top tier characters.
Yeti had a amazing week for a 3-0, only losing a single battle. Round 1, he actually went against the same account that he beat in week 1, round 3. So obviously he had to change his defenses a little bit because he's going against the same guy. He had to set a couple of different teams. He noticed some patterns in his opponent's offense, and so he set a trap. He left his bugs so that instead of Traya being able to use against the bugs, his opponent used Traya against his Hux and First Order Stormtrooper, and I don't know what Fosit is, Fosit, but we'll figure that one later. But yeah, because he used Trey against that, couldn't clear it. Got the win with that. Round 2, standard approach to GL smashing, according to him. He struggled a bit on offense. His opponent did, and placed his teams accordingly. Was able to get holds with Gas and Darth Revan Malik, and didn't even have to touch the Galactic Legend, and still got the win. Round 3, 5th straight Galactic Legends opponent. Yeah, his opponent would likely think that he had Kylo because Yeti did unlock Kylo during this point. And yeah, always use Kylo on offense, so he was able to plan around it. So 6-0 so far, won every single battle against the GL opponent. So Yeti is doing an amazing job.
And I can totally empathize with that one loss. A triple crown ruined by one loss. So yeah, totally sympathize with you, Yeti, there. On to Scribe. Scribe had a week I'm guessing he would like to forget. Because the first round loss wasn't anything particularly spectacular. It was a pesky crew team. A pesky crew team was what cost him round 1. Now, slightly different story in round 3. It was a GL Ray brick wall. So you kind of expect to not get past those GL Ray brick walls. So not very good. But the week wasn't a complete and utter total loss. He did get a consolation win in the second round. So it wasn't all doom and gloom, Scribe.
Oh, look who we have here.
Ah, yes.
Unfortunately, I can't roast you for not joining GAC this week.
No, you can't.
No. What I will roast you on is the fact that you got all high and mighty thinking you were going to get the triple crown. And then what do you do in round 3? You botch it up.
I went in against the wrong team. It doesn't look. I'm sorry. You know what? It doesn't matter that I took my bounty hunter team in against the wrong team, right? If you take in 3 Gear 11 bounty hunters against a Gear 8, a Gear 9, and a Gear 10 bounty hunter, you expect to win. You do not expect to get mollywopped by a Gear 10 Boba Fett. I was not happy.
You're not happy. RNG
yeah.
And
RNG totally screwed me over that match. Like, oh no triple crown for you. No triple crown for you.
I got the 3-0, so I'll give you that one. But
I got
man,
the 3-0. I'm happy
you
with
got
the 3-0.
so high and mighty on that and taken away from you last second.
It's a 3-0, and I was still fuming and angry. Okay, so we're on to Rand. Rand did not compete this week. A bit like Flair, he forgot to join. So, yeah, Rand joins Flair in his misery. Misery does enjoy company.
Yeah. Little Gator had a 2-1 this week. Round 1, he had to 3-tap Darth Revan, but his opponent stopped really before he could do anything. 2 attempts on a gas and 1 attempt on a Palpatine, and just stopped. Round 2, didn't get the full clear. He didn't attempt the ships, and his opponent full cleared him, and with a drop battle, even then, still took the loss there. Round 3 was a full clear, 1 shot. Still didn't touch the ships, though. He really does not like his ships. But his opponent didn't attempt anything close to a full clear, giving him the win there. So 2-1. I know you hate them, but can you please do the ship battles sometimes?
And there is Division 2. And yes, we have no undefeated people in Division 2 anymore. No more undefeateds. But hey, I'm quite happy. I'm up there. The top 4 are definitely pulling away from the rest of the people in Div 2. So I'm happy. I'm very, very, very happy. 15-3 could be better, but if I can go completely and utterly undefeated this month, I will be happy. I've gone 6-0 so far this month. Well, I'll be happy if I can go 6-0 for the remainder of the month. But
you've got to hope that the people above you start losing.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. But, I've got some really, really good stout competent Bomber, Fort, Yeti, me. We all went 3-0 this week. Mm-hmm. It's not easy overtaking people that are so far ahead of me. But I do have one big advantage over them. My banner score is huge. that all I have to do is tie them in wins and get that sweet, sweet, sweet victory.
And Neil,
Yes.
that's it for Div 2. I think it's time we take a commercial break. And
Yeah,
then
we'll
we
do
get
a
to
break.
talk about the big boys.
Do a break, come back, do the big boys. Okay, a bit.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? SWGOH Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content. And also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
And welcome back to the show, everybody. If one time, it's time to talk about the big boys. And we start right in there with Whatever. Now, Whatever, 2-1. 35 wins, 10 losses, 12 holds. Good average week. And he had a really, really good start. Started off the week with a flawless victory, which is always the best way to start a week. Kind of swung back against him in round 2 as a couple of poor decisions cost him 2 teams, and he didn't have the reserves and lost by effectively running out of squads. But he did finish the week with another flawless victory and holding his opponent with a very, very stout Rex defense. 2-1 for Whatever.
Spartan went 2-1, but let me tell you, his points don't reflect it at all. The way his points were settled, you would have thought it'd been like a 1-2, maybe a 0-3. He had to 4-tap the fleet in round 1. And then he went against an auto set team because no one sets B1 Battle Droid as the lead. But even then, B1 Battle Droid took out 2 teams. And Treya stopped 2 teams as well for him, so he didn't get the full clear. Thankfully, his opponent didn't show up to play, so he got that. Round 2, he had to do 4 taps against a gas. Shock T took 2. Bears took 2 to fight against. No full clear. And while his opponent didn't either, he dropped less battles. So Spartan had to take the loss there. Round 3, only managed to kill 2 teams and had to do 6 battles against Jedi Knight Revan and still couldn't do it. But again, had another no-show. So he got lucky on 2 of these rounds. If his opponent showed up, it'd have been a different story.
Blessed by RNGesus. And we're on to Bisweez. Now, Biscuit Weasel thinks that Division 1 is kicking his butt right now, but I really don't think he should be beating himself up too much. I mean, 2-1 is perfectly respectable for Division 1. when you consider how many people are having absolute nightmares in Division 1. I mean, how many times have we seen wooden spoons or 1 and 2s? So I think Biscuit Weasel's beating himself up a little bit too much. He's being a little bit harsh on himself. I mean, round 1 was a good win due to a good solid defense from Bisweez. Round 2 was a win due to a more efficient round win than his opponent. So he outbanded his opponent. I mean, right, round 3 didn't go well as he dropped battles that he really, really should have won. And he lost way too many banners that cost him the win. But 2-1 is still a good week, Bisweez. Don't beat yourself up too hard.
Urza, we have no information for him, and we're left to assume that he did not lock in this week. So he gets to join me and Rand in the not playing club last week. Oh, come on in. We have a cooler full of bubbly drinks and sodas and stuff like that. Oh, it's great. It's so lovely.
Wigsy, I genuinely thought that this was a typo. I really, really thought this was a typo. Wigsy usually gets whammies, crowns. So to go 0-3, I really had to look into this. And it was, I just think he had some absolutely horrendous RNG. I mean, this awful week, he lost round 1 by 10 banners. He lost round 2 by 10 banners. And he lost round 3 by a mere 21 banners. I mean, look at those. Look at his score: 7,314, 36 wins, 6 losses, 1 hold. I mean, any other given day, all those full clears would have been enough to get him a 3-0, not an 0-3. But losing by 10, 10, and 21. I mean, did try to make up for the lost banners in round 3 with some undersized teams, but he just couldn't claw his way back. So yeah, there are going to be some people behind Wigsy that are going to look at that score for the week and think, yeah, it's time to catch up. Unlucky Wigsy.
Is this our first wooden spoon for the week?
That is the first wooden spoon for the week, yeah.
But we did get a triple whammy with Bitcoin, 36, 6, and 2. As he puts it, probably his most boring GAC week yet. Round 1 was an auto deploy. So couldn't really do much to go against Bitcoin. Round 2, he calls them a Pokemon player with a lot of random relics who just didn't attack. So got another win there. And apparently in round 3, he went against as he calls it, a generous god who settled for claiming a portrait, assuring him he didn't have to worry that he was going to crush Bitcoin. I don't know how I don't know how, but he got some really good luck for no attacks and everything. So good job, Bitcoin.
Cubs fan Han. Now, this is not a typo. He really did have 38 losses this week. Now, Cubs is having a great run at the moment. He is having a very, very great run at the moment in the league. So he can be forgiven for going on tilt in round 2, where I do believe he was fighting somebody who's in your guild, Flair. Is that correct?
He went against one of our TB officers.
He went against one of your TB officers. Now, yeah, he went on tilt through the kitchen sink at this guy. And on no less than 30 occasions did he lose looking for the win. He didn't get it. He did not get it, but my God, what an entertaining round that was. Clearly, though, obviously it's a 2-1, so he did pick up the win in round 1, and he did pick up the win in round 3. So it's just that entertaining off-tilt 30-loss round in round 2. But yeah, definitely one you want to go back and watch over again, just to see how much off-tilt he really, really went. 2-1 for Cubs.
The TB officer didn't even set a fleet and still won. So
oh wow.
Oh yeah. On to Mr. Jigabachi. Went 1-2. He got the terrible luck of the draw by advancing a little too early. And so he got crushed in both of his first rounds. he was unable to play the last round. But he actually managed to come in last minute, and he said he put every single team, he put his best stuff on defense. Opponent kept everything he had for offense and choked. Planning on skipping the round, apparently, going for the 0-3. But 10 minutes of battles and managed to get a win and took it. So 1-2, better recovery than going for an 0-3. So hopefully next week turns out a little better for you, Jigabachi.
Black Mamba. Mamba's week was spoilt. I mean, and I do mean totally spoilt by a pesky opponent in the second round. Flawless victories in round 1. Flawless victory in round 3. Sullied by a 5-banner loss in round 2. Darth Revan and Gas, the culprits, and stopping a potential triple. It wouldn't have just been a triple whammy, though. You know, it spoiled a triple crown. Totally ruined a triple round. Totally ruined a triple crown. So, better luck next week, Mamba. Sacrifice an extra goat to the RNG gods. It might help you out.
You know, it's always weird to see Thad being 2-1 and his loss.
I always think it's a typo.
Like it's so weird. And also the fact that his loss number for the week is not astronomically huge. But round 1, he only dropped 2 battles, which is really surprising. He actually he got more holds on defense than he lost on offense. Round 2, unfortunately, was a problem. Lost a lot of times to a Finn, Grievous, Bugs, and Darth Revan did not get the full clear there at all, and his opponent just smashed him. Round 3, lost a bunch of battles as per usual for Thaddeus, but his opponent managed to get stonewalled, having to go against Darth Revan, the sisters, Palpatine, Jedi Knight Revan, and he got a 2-1. And all of this while he was on a, as he puts it, a Monkey to Friday boat.
Oh, it's Ranger J 1999. I wonder if he's still in chat. I have a direct quote from Ranger. Let's see if I can appropriately voice. You have to always think about Kyber, even in your sleep, because life is Kyber. Kyber is life. Ranger J. Triple whammy from the mean green fighting machine. No trouble for Ranger at all. 1 auto deploy opponent and 2 non-competitive opponents. I mean, it's the week you dream of. You just dream of those easy weeks where you've got people who just don't want to compete against you. 3 full clears for the big dog. 3-0 triple whammy for Ranger J 1999.
Grid, the man with the best hair around, unfortunately went 2-1. Round 1 was a full clear one-shot, but so did his opponent. It became an efficiency battle, and unfortunately, Grid was just not efficient enough. Round 2 was another full clear one-shot, and getting a hold on defense secured his victory there. Round 3 dropped a battle to Crew, but his Hux held for 6 battles, and amongst other holds, solidified a win, giving him 2-1. Good job, Grid.
Okay, Macias did not have a good week. His banner score, his wins, his losses, and his holds do tell a different story. Okay, it technically was a win, a loss, and a draw. It was a 1-1-1, but the draw didn't go the way that Macias really wanted it to. So I'm just going to read, but with some elaborating, because there was a lot of, profane language that we can't really repeat. So round 1, those funking double GLs. You can imagine what I'm using. I'm using the word funk to replace the actual profanity that he wanted. Round 2, yay. No GLs, So you know this guy got dunked on, so that would be his win. And round 3, fracking ties suck when you have the lower GP. So yeah, Chaos really did not like this week. But still, good banner score, good wins, low losses. Not as many holes as I think he would have liked, but hey, he doesn't need to be overly concerned. Everybody's going to have these bad weeks. He's still got good banners. He's still got solid wins. So it's not a complete and utter disastrous week.
Moon had a 3-0. And according to him, his heart sank when he saw that there were 3 Galactic Legends in the pool. And doesn't have one because, according to him, he's not Macias level at getting through them. Round 1, defense stopped a full clear, but meant he had to deal with a Ray, Han, and Chewie combo. Just squeaked it out, getting the full clear. Round 2 had to go against another GL Ray. Had another chess match where he fully loaded the defense and got the win on points. Super tense match for him. Round 3 was versus a guy from his old guild. That's always fun to have. Had around an 800k GP advantage, but his game crashed with Rex 5s and Echoes. So he did extend a courtesy loss and burned a team as well. And he got the victory on banners. So excellent sportsmanship, Moon, and congratulations on the 3-0.
It's just Ian. 2-1 for the week. Ian had an absolute nightmare with Fleet this week. Absolute nightmare. Almost blew the start of his week with a loss when a double tap Fleet turned into a triple tap Fleet. Good win, but I'm thinking it might have been a crash. So there's always the potential because a lot of people have been getting crashes in Fleet. But he still got the round 1 win. Round 2 was plain sailing again until Fleet. But he did only require a double tap this time around. Again, I'm not quite sure if the double tap was as a result of a crashed Fleet. But round 3, the RNG Gods caught up to him in round 3. And unfortunately, a Fleet triple tap full clear was not enough this time around, as his opponent got a flawless victory, snatched the triple from Ian's. Yeah, just it wasn't pretty. Could have been because of crashes. Kind of like to know that, but Ian, get in touch with us.
DB went 2-1 this week as well. Round 1, he full clear one shot. His opponent struggled on defense, taking 4 against a Dengar Bounty Hunters team. And secure the win that way. Round 2 did not get the full clear. And meanwhile, his opponent did. So a loss by default, basically. Round 3 missed the full clear because he couldn't kill the sisters or the Hucks. But his opponent barely did anything, giving him the win there. So excellent job, DB. 2-1.
Mudbum is not having a good time at the moment. He really isn't having a good time. 1 and 2 for the week. I mean, the thing is, his week started quite well. He started the week off with the win and a no-show. So he got the win and he had a no-show round 1. The kind of, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, okay, I can take this momentum going forward. But that was all the luck the RNG Gods were going to give him this week, as a GL Ray Wall stopped dead in his tracks in round 2. And things didn't get any better in the 3rd round. A GG team cost him the 3rd round. He'll not take it lying down, though. I'm sure he's going to bounce back. It is inevitable.
DPK had a tough week this week. As he put it, his week wasn't fun. He had 2 GLs in his lineups this week. Round 1 was an auto deploy defense, and thankfully his opponent didn't attack, so he got the win there. Round 2, his Gear 9 Wedge got him a hold, but unfortunately he lost by 6 points. Round 3, his Malevolence Fleet got a hold, but lost by 7 points. So just to to see victory snatched away like that by mere points is really disheartening at times. But thankfully, he didn't have to deal with GLs on defense. All the GLs he had to go against were on offense. So he got lucky there. It could have been much worse. But it's still a tough week. 1 and 2.
End all be all. Great start to the week with a flawless victory, and didn't even use his available GL Ray. But we know how much of a good sport End all is, and he just wanted to do it without using his GL Ray. His opponent didn't use the GL Ray that they had available, so he wanted to do the first round without his GL Ray, and he was rewarded with a flawless victory. Round 2 and round 3, both opponents, Endall kept GL Ray on defense. So his opponents had GL Rays on defense, Endall had GL Ray on defense, so there weren't any full clears, and you can tell by looking at the banner score and the wins that there weren't a huge amount of full clears. But it really, really doesn't matter when you're finishing 3-0 if the banners aren't there. I mean, you want a high banner count if you're going 0-3 and 1-2. Going 3-0, the banners aren't as important. The wins came through better efficiency, and that's exactly what you'd expect from Endall. So 3-0, triple whammy for Endall Beal. Good week. There's the Division 1 bottom.
Oh, and Urs, man.
Yeah, that is not a good record. And the person that surprises me the most out of all of Division 1 is DB, because he is just having an absolute torrid time. I mean, I don't think he lost double-digit rounds in the entirety of last year, and we're only halfway through this year. We are literally only halfway through this year. And
we're not even halfway. Halfway through the year. But...
Halfway through the actual year, as in 365 days in the year. That's what I mean. So yeah, that's the one that surprises me the most. That really, really is the one that surprises me the most. Because I have seen DB absolutely nail it. So yeah, to see him 8 and 10, that surprises me. I mean, Urza's 5 and 13 because he's missed a couple of weeks, and he's had repeated 1 and 2s. So that's why Urza's at the bottom. I mean, if those 2 weeks that he's missed, I mean, he could have gone 3-0 in those if he'd been going on 1 in the hall. But yeah, but there is somebody missing from the bottom of Standard Division 1. Have you picked up who it is yet, Flair? Who has moved from the bottom of Division 1 to the top? Think about it. Who's missing?
Bum Bum?
No. Rambam. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. No, Rambam's. I'm getting my divisions mixed up.
I was gonna say. I was like, what are you talking
about?
about?
I'm thinking. Hang on a minute. Rambam's. No, I'm getting the divisions mixed up. Because Rambam was not doing particularly well. So we'll get to him when we get to the elite. But no more undefeated in Division 1. But that is a very, very, very congested top. Bitcoin still flying ahead, 2-round wins ahead. But whatever, Moon, Cubs, Ranger, all 15 and 3. And look how close those banners are. That is just ridiculously close. Rangers at the bottom though. Rangers at the bottom, but he doesn't care as long as he gets Kyber. Just wants the Kyber. But Wigsy, yeah, look at that. I mean, that 3-0 just tanked his league position. Absolutely tanked his league position.
He'd have been doing amazing if it wasn't for that.
He was 14 and 1. He was 14. I mean, everybody's just leaped. I think Wigsy was second. I'm pretty sure he was second.
Or first.
I think he was either second. I think he was second.
I want to say he was first.
He has been first, but this week has really, really, really over for. Really, really messed things up. But let's get on to the elites, shall we?
And I'm baffled by this. Because again, Paul went 2 and 1. I mean, this is kind of weird. Round 1, his opponent didn't attack, but he got the full clear anyway, so Paul's pretty proud of that. Round 2 had to deal with a Ray on bottom and got stonewalled by it. Apparently, according to him, should have used first order officer on Thrawn and lost him. Round 3 had another Ray on bottom, almost had her, tried the Jawa sacrifice trick, but missed out. Barely cleared the top with Ray and Vethan with Nest after trying multiple times on Emperor Palpatine, Batstila, Sith Empire Trooper team. And they did not attack, giving him the 2-1. You got lucky, Paul. You got lucky.
Okay. Just there are 3 people that we cover that just don't get beat. They just don't get beat. Bulldog doesn't get beat, Vendetta doesn't get beat, and Mike does not get beat. Round 1, slacker defenses defined this round, but Mike has been trained in the ways of the Force by Klesso. So JKR, JKL, Yoda saw victory. His opponent did not. Round 2, a tough defense, but a victory well-deserved with a win by 15 banners against a very, very well-modded opponent, according to Mike. R3, pretty much the same as round 2. Same roster as his previous opponent, but mods were left wanting. So he only cleared 1 zone, and Mike dominated for the win. 3-0, triple whammy for Mike, still.
Scorch had it tough. So in his write-up to us, he goes, I don't want to talk about it. I will say this. The most valued thing in GAC to him are full clears. Yeah. It's been several seasons since he could not full clear an opponent. But this week, 2 of his opponents kept him from full clears. And it's straight up demoralizing to him. And you're reading that right. That is 72 losses. He's coming up to bat, Bad. He's coming up to bat, buddy.
Lazy Turtle, another bad week, another 1-2. He had a 1-2 last week, another 1-2 this week. It didn't start well, as he faltered on his attacks in a match he should have won, really. So a loss in round 1. Round 2 was the start of the comeback, as he faced an easy defense and out-bannered his opponents on offense very, very easily. But in round 3, Brad Pitt hit the fan as he faced and lost to a double GL. Rest in peace for the week. F's in the chat for Lazy Turtle. 1-2 for the week.
Oh, man. Ando going 2-1 this week. Round 1, no competition, had an easy win. Round 2 is where things get a little interesting. He went against an old double GL Walls with a Darth Revan on defense as well. So Ando decides to set a difficult defense. They both sit there like 2 generals, getting ready to see who's going to take the first shot. And could have been a win according to Ando if he focused on 1 GL, but pride came before the fall, and he went for both. And if he had focused on 1 zone going through the bottom, he would have won, and that would have been it. But according to him, the better account won, so he's not too upset about that. Round 3, he almost lost to the slacker Daka Zombie Cheese, which is surprisingly difficult according to him. And he got through it, and then after that, got an easy win after that. 2-1, tough time, but hey, keep on trucking.
Solo base back with a bang this week, especially after the disappointment of a 2-1 last week. Fairly easy start to the week. He got the full clear and a ton of holds. The single loss in round 1, though, stopping the flawless victory. Round 2, no such mistake, with a flawless victory and a boatload of defensive holds. But it was round 3. Round 3. Tactical and strategic perfection. He knew his opponent was 5-0 coming into the week and always placed Ray, Han, Chewie, and Slacker Malik crew on defense. No one had gotten to his back zone. So, what does Solo do? He sets a defense. He knows his opponent isn't going to clear. And then he proceeded to clear his bottom plus 3 teams on the top for a 2-zone strategy plus the 3 teams at the top. Absolute masterclass. 3-0, triple whammy for Solo.
Ram Bam had a 3-0 this week, a triple whammy. Round 1 set his slacker on defense, and his opponent put him down. Both opponents set their slackers, so neither could get the full clear. However, he did manage to one-shot all the other teams, and his opponent took 2 battles on his sisters, so he won due to efficiency. Round 2 got the full clear and one-shot all of his opponent's teams, and his opponent struggled. Could not clear a SWGOH-led team, preventing the full clear and wasting several battles on Ram Bam's Palp Malik team, Bounty Hunters, and crew. Overall win due to a solid defense. Round 3, he decided to go with the slacker defense strategy again. And that gave him the win through 3 teams against his slacker, 3 battles against Night Sisters, and a whopping 7 against his SWGOH team that he's loving oh so much. One shot the entire defense and won based off of the excellent defense and efficient battles.
Jake Johnson from Texas. Very, very stylish victories in round 1 and round 2 saw Jake romping away to a triple this week until round 3, and he ran into a GL Ray, and it ruined what would have been a well-deserved triple. Better sacrifices to the RNG gods needed, Jake. Better sacrifices.
All right. Zareth went 2-1, and oh man. So he had to go against a double Galactic Legend with a Jedi Knight Luke account, round 1, who beat him on efficiency right away in the first match. The next 2 matches he calls equal rosters, so they only had 1 GL each. And for him, felt very lopsided in his favor. He got full clear one-shots on both of those, and neither enemy attempted a full clear against his defense. So, if he had won the efficiency battle and had not lost a battle, he would have had a triple crown. But unfortunately, the loss stole that away from him.
A terrible start to the week as Indy got tore up by his round 1 opponent. But Indy does not back down or give up and romped back with wins in round 2 and round 3. The highlight for Indy being a bounty hunter victory over a Darth Revan team. Trust me, it's good. Head over to his channel and see how it went. 2-1 for Indy.
Dialar, 2-1. First battle was a real fun match where they both got the one-shot full clear on their boards, and unfortunately his opponent was just 7 banners more efficient. That is always so tough to have. Round 2, both set GL Rays on defense and both stood untouched. Dialar won by being more efficient, clearing the rest of the board. And round 3 was the same story as round 2. Again, a battle won due to more efficiency. And he has also learned that no more holding Ray for an offensive mirror match. So 2-1. Hopefully better on the efficiency next time, Dialar.
It's the Grand Admiral. A tough slacker in round 1 wasn't going to stop the Grand Admiral getting his victory at the start of the week. And he showed his opponent why the Empire rules and the First Order sucks. Round 2, though, was a bit of an anomaly, as the Grand Admiral blazed away with a flawless victory, only to be out-bannered by a meager 6 banners from his opponent. But round 3, stout defense in the final round gave the Grand Admiral a good end to the week with a full clear and a victory. 2-1 to Grand Admiral Arnold.
Plesso, one of our final triple crowns of this week. Full clear one shots every round. Round 1, his opponent struggled super hard against the Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi team, and also a Bastila-led Jedi team. Round 2, again, full clear one shot, no problems there. And his Jedi Knight Luke was a stone wall, not even falling. Round 3, his opponent just tried a couple battles against Gas and just kind of stopped there. So 3-0, triple crown, excellent job, Klesso.
Heinze had another bad week, unfortunately, getting bitch slapped in round 1 5 times by Galactic Legend Ray, and 9 times by a slacker in round 3. I mean, he did pick up a consolation victory in round 2, though, so he did avoid the wooden spoon. The Aussie Adonis, the legend Heinze, unfortunately, only got 1 and 2. I'm sure it's the alcohol. Stop making him smash beers, everybody. Stop it.
Oh, man. Mandy had a tough week. He's been having those. Round 1 was a loss. He had some struggles against the Slacker crew, some Shakti clones, Bastila Jedi. Just losses all over the board. Could not get the full clear. Meanwhile, his opponent had a much easier time, only losing 4 battles to Mandy's a lot. Round 2, he only lost 2 battles, but unfortunately, losing 2 battles really doesn't do you anything when your opponent gets to do the full clear one-shot routine on you. Round 3 was the win. He managed to secure himself from getting a wooden spoon, and thankfully got the full clear one-shots. Even managing to do some Vader-led battles against the Geo team. And his opponent, man, struggled on his defense. So a nice little mirror to the start and the end of the week. But Mandy has been having a hard time. So, yep, 1 and 2.
And there is the bottom of the Elite Division 1. Now I'm going to say, are you seeing somebody missing from the bottom half of the Elite Division 1, Flair?
Ram Bam.
Yeah, Ram Bam.
Also, can we please note that Paul's somehow not at the bottom?
No, Paul is not at the bottom. All right, okay. Just, Paul's not at the bottom of his division. Thaddeus isn't at the bottom of his division. There's some really, really weird stuff going on. But, yeah. No, it's just, yeah. Ando needed that win as well.
I mean, thankfully, Paul's having to deal with the fact that you have Mandalore, Heinze, and Scorch all having awful weeks the last little bit.
Everybody that's at the bottom's having bad weeks. But let's have a look. Let's see where Rambam is now.
Right at the bottom!
He's at the bottom, but he's in the top. So, Rambam 6-0 so far this month. And that's just, oh, God. It's just, let's put him there. 6-0. If he can take that on, he might be able to claw a couple of positions. His banner score is primed and perfect to go above Pete. I mean, he's got 3 people. Indigo, Dylar, and Arnold are all just 1 round ahead of him. He gets that round, he instantly leapfrogs all of them. Instantly. But I think the one that caught my eye this week was definitely Klesso. He got the 3-0 and Zareth dropped 1. So it's so close at the top. It really, really is. I mean, obviously Mike's running away with it. Mike's not dropping squat. He really, really isn't dropping squat. But, Solo's dropped 1 so far this month. Zareth's dropped 2. So, Klesso and Endor, this is where they can come in. I mean, there's a bit of a gap between, Indigo and Rambam, but we're seeing fields start to separate now. But Zareth is definitely going to be feeling the pressure of that 1 round loss and Klesso catching up 1 on him. So yeah,
and I mean, that is the end of the division. We keep saying that Mike, all it takes is just some bad luck on Mike, but it seems like no matter how many goats people are sacrificing, it's not happening.
Anyway, it's time to move on to our interview. So we are going to have a short commercial break, and then you are going to see us interview Infinum. So, enjoy the interview, guys.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today, month 2, phase 2, and our interviewee is Infinem. But I don't do the intros. Flair's going to do an intro this time. So, Flair, introduce our guest.
Joining us today is a fellow member of the Division 5-6. He was in Div 7 just last month, but he jumped up to Div 5 in a one fell swing. Coming to us from Portugal is Infinem. So, Infinem, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey man, I'm doing fine. It's like 1 a.m. here right now, so doing absolutely fine. Don't worry about my sleep schedule. That's okay. That's
who needs a sleep schedule? Anyways, dude, seriously, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud to be here. Thank you guys so much for inviting me.
So, like I mentioned, you jumped up from the bottom, you had the GP of Div 6.
Yeah, it was a 1.6 point something. Yeah, 1.6.
And then you jumped from there to what GP are you now?
2.1. Now I'm 2.2 something.
So you hyperdrived.
Yeah,
which is what happened.
You hyperdrived. Yeah. So you wailed out big time.
A bit. So the story was the following. So I was on a stream, right? And we were just looking over the packs, and we were like, Malazy, he's a top-notch viewer of mine. And he was like, what I'd give to do that, to get that hyperdrive bundle again. And while we're scrolling through it, and he said like this: I pay half of it if you want to buy it. And I was like, guys, do you want me to get this thing? Because this is amazing value. I get to play with a lot of different teams. I get to use all of these, and I get much closer to gas, which is my main goal right now. And they were like, yeah, you should do it. And I was like, okay.
Doing it.
So the question that is on my lips is how positively or negatively did that affect your GAC?
So 3v3, I feel like you can still get away with a lot of different compositions, which you still use the big parts of your roster. It didn't affect that much because I'm facing a lot of rosters that don't have good gear on the important kits. That's what I feel like. It's like I just jumped up to a big division, but they are bloated as well. I'm not facing the guys that are extremely efficient, because I did know people that were in Division 5 and they would face regularly Darth Revan, JKR, Malik, whatnot. And I'm not facing any of those right now. Like I see JKR, but I don't see like Darth Revan all tech out, which I'm prepared for. But I have one team to take that down. I don't have many of it, so that is interesting. I assume 5v5s will be a lot harder.
So you got the hyperdrive bundle going into the 3v3. You didn't have the hyperdrive bundle on last month for the 5v5.
No. It was in between in that vacation between the 2 weeks.
So what we can say you can say with relative certainty that the hyperdrive bundle hasn't handicapped you so much with the 3v3, but it's a wait and see for next month with the 5v5.
Yeah, and like it's perfect that it's a 3v3 because it gives me some time to settle the roster and whatnot and get the perfect gear on the characters that I want to improve more.
Well, that like, the thing you're missing from the hyperdrive, like if a new player day one hits the hyperdrive, they don't get the mods that a experienced player gets.
Exactly.
So you're going to be going
time to mod your characters.
You're going to go hard on mods between now and next month's GAC when we go back to 5v. If we go back to 5v5.
I mean,
please.
If you saw my roster matchups against most people, you'd be amazed at how much better like the +10 speed mods are compared to the other guys. It's usually double or triple of what they have. It's crazy. So I feel like I had spots to actually put them on specific teams. One of those that I decided to invest a little bit more was like the Night Sisters, because I'm working on Asajj towards Gas. So it's a team that's gonna wreck.
They're fun.
I'm sure of it. Yeah, they're fun. And Nihilus as well. So it completes the trio, which I'm happy because I couldn't justify farming Nihilus. Now I got him at 5 stars.
All right.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt only having to do. Sorry, you said Div 5.
Yeah, I went 7.
So it's 3, 2, 4. So you're only looking for squads for 9 teams then, basically. 9 3-man teams.
You said 9 squads plus fleet.
No,
right?
It's 2, 2, 4 in fleet. Yeah.
Oh.
Is it 2, 2, 4? I thought it was 3, 2, 4.
Pretty sure. Oh well, I can check now because it's the join period, but pretty sure it's 2, 2, 4. Yeah, because top I put 2 Seps, then bottom I've had Seps first order, 4 in the back wall.
Oh right. You and I are the same division. What am I thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Flo.
Yeah, we're the same division. It is 2, 2, 4. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, I thought you were a div ahead of me.
8 3-man teams. So yeah, the hyperdrive bundle's not going to hamper you. If it was 2, 2, 4 and it was 5v5. It probably would be a different,
Yeah, I have to put Padme on defense and the other teams on offense and see what I do from there.
And just pray.
Probably. Yeah, and negotiate on defense too. Yeah.
Let's actually get to the conversation because this is GACenter and we talk about Grand Arena. We've been talking a little bit about it, but how did this week go for 3v3? We're in the second week of 3v3s. And you're sitting here with your hyperdrive. I twiddled my thumbs for last week. How was it for you?
So one pattern that I found this week, as well as last week, like 3v3 in this division, people just go ham on defense. Like your best team, defense. Best team, second best team, defense. Like it's nuts. And it's like the good thing that I plan on my like when I go into a battle, it's like, what do I have on offense to beat this thing? Okay, so I have this Padme team that I can use this. Okay, then they kind of fit well together. But sometimes they have a lot of depth in their roster, because with my bloated GP, you can also say that a lot of these guys that I faced all had like CLS, a decent Padme, decent Jedi. So it's all very decent, but there is no one amazing team. And so in round 2, which was really curious, this guy with a G12 Shakti, Rex 5s, and Echo, one of those combinations of 3 guys managed to beat a Padme, Ahsoka, and GK all at Relic 5. I don't know how, but that really blew my defensive strategy. Somehow I still got the win, so I was happy with it.
Jeez, that is crazy to think.
G12 Shakti.
Yeah, no, either that or his Vader that was slower than my Ahsoka. Ahsoka would do the special, get protection up. Vader with the Zeta could do it. I don't see it. They're still Relic 5. I can only see Rex one shot, and that was a one shot of a team. I don't know how he did it.
It would have had to have taken Rex probably because of the % health damage.
Yeah, it is. It's the only thing I can see in that roster to do it.
We'll see tomorrow. We're recording this obviously the night before, but we'll see this tomorrow when the data comes out.
It's my best bet. That team was saved on offense, and he did it. And I think it's a hell of a good RNG and good job from him and the offensive part. And it's also why I really like to save the best teams on offense, because you know what you can work with compared to putting them on defense, and the guys actually have an amazing counter for it. They have something they can do with it to actually put your teams in danger when you think they won't be in danger. But now there is also, but for that particular matchup, the guy had like 4 G12s, a bunch of G11s. I think, where the hell am I happy using Relic 5 people? Nowhere. So I put him on defense. It's pretty much how it went.
But still got cleared, which is crazy.
Yeah, it got cleared. And then the back wall, actually, when I did my JC, he cleared everything but a JTR resistance team. And I just found out while I was doing it, it was JTR heroes, right? So Hero Code, Hero Finn. And they're a lot better in 5v5 because of the TM train. In 3v3, they're absolute garbage because I don't have them geared up as much as they should be. So I placed those guys in the back wall. They weren't beaten. And then I did my JC. I thought I had one and whatnot. And then when I was actually reviewing the win last time, because I knew I had got the win, he actually beat that team, but I hadn't noticed until today. And I was like, holy shit, that was actually 11 banners. But I took it. I took it. Yeah.
So okay, so I feel like we've already kind of touched on kind of a maybe not kind of the weirdest team or the craziest team is definitely that has to be some combination of shock and clones versus your Padme team. Had to probably been the weirdest thing that you've seen happen, because a Relic 5 Padme team versus G12 clones is crazy.
Yeah, team of interest, something that piqued your interest.
Something that piqued my interest. So today I just had to face a Relic Rex with 5s and Echo, Relic Gear 12. Had to 2-tap it. But
wait, it was a Relic Rex and the rest were G12?
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying, that these people don't gear them up as well. It's a bit of bloated rosters.
If anything, I would have done 5s first.
Exactly. That's my only clone Gear 12 for now. And that's definitely the guy that's going to Relic before the other ones. He's also amazing in the Negotiator fleet or Endurance, whatever you sport.
Yeah.
Well, people whoever's working on that squad has wrongly assumed that Rex is the engine for that. It's not always the leader.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not always the leader that's the engine. 5s is the engine.
Definitely.
Because
let's make that clear.
Yeah.
Well, like on my count, my Rex is still sitting at 12, and both Echo and 5s are sitting at Relics.
Yeah,
I'm just like, Rex, I'm gonna put at Relics when I want to put him at Relics.
Exactly.
Like,
he
doesn't need Relics right now.
Yeah, just the G12 get the speed and he's good.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So what was of your teams, of anything that you had to deal with this week, what was your MVP? Your like the team that maybe wasn't your most you didn't expect it to always win, but it was like, oh hey, I'm glad this thing worked. What was your MVP this week?
I don't say it's not one I'm not expected to, but it's one that has been really consistent. The last 3v3 attempt it was only beaten once the last 3v3 season, because sometimes I used it on offense, and this time around it got me a hold on the round 1 when the opponent actually just tried to attack 2 teams. He got the Grievous win, but failed against this one team. Hux lead, Sith Trooper, First Order Stormtrooper. Absolutely amazing team. And
Hux lead is a fun team because people underestimate Hux.
And it's not just that. So the way that team works is, so I don't have the Zeta on Hux, but I do have the Zetas on Sith Trooper and First Order Stormtrooper. Because I did start farming for GL Kylo way back. And so I did put the Zetas on those guys because I ran them in the arena. And so First Order Stormtrooper Zeta says that, like, whenever he uses an ability, he has a 50% chance to call an ally to assist. If that ally is Hux and either of them crit, they call Sith Trooper to assist. So it's like mass assist coming from a counterattack. Yeah, it's not fun. They just deal damage, and they keep going. If you kill Hux or Stormtrooper first, Sith Trooper comes in with the AoE. Boom. Amazing.
Well, like I remember I would always go against Hux, and for some reason I was always like, oh, I can just CLS this thing easily, and I forget that Hux prevents counterattacks.
Exactly.
It's like, I screwed myself. Why did I do this? Why did I do this?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes the Han Solo first stun, getting that crit on Hux is okay, but like after that,
if it's on a turn 1, he's down, you're screwed.
Yeah,
you put yourself in a bad spot.
Exactly, I agree with that.
Last kind of main question: what are you working on? You've already shown me kind of what you've been working on, and I'm thoroughly surprised at what you've been working on.
So this was amazing. So I've been working on gas. So I did buy the upper level to work on gas, And so right now I'm still farming B1 and farming other separatist droids. So currently I'm just waiting to gear them up to 12 and then see when I want to put the relics. And just today I got my 7-star 3PO with gear 9 Ewoks.
All across the board.
All across the board.
Oh
No
god,
gear
the
pieces on
RNG
it.
gods must love you.
No, I did it in 22 minutes between 7-starring Wicket and 7-starring 3PO. Absolutely amazing.
He told me this, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I
sorry,
have
what?
it. I just streamed it today, which is amazing. So I'm gonna post that on YouTube probably tomorrow. I think this is so much better to put it on YouTube tomorrow than GAC, which is usually what I do.
Mhm.
So it was like from what I was told, this was the 4th attempt at the event. Like just trying it, just 4th attempt. RNG is like, yo, you gotta pass today. You're fine. But when the gas event comes around, you're gonna sit here for 2 days. But for now, you're cool.
I thought
Yeah,
I
they're
got
gonna make you
lucky.
suffer.
I thought I got lucky with my last C3PO
No,
event with 1 at gear 9. I thought, wow, my god, I've 1 at gear 9 and the rest at gear 11. I thought I was lucky.
All of his were gear 9.
All
Yeah.
gear 9.
I have the
Yeah.
proof. He
Oh,
sent me
yeah.
the screenshots.
They're still like that, and they're gonna stay like that for a very long time.
You honestly, you could leave them alone. Just never
Yeah,
touch them.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
They're very. That's what I did with mine. Every time as soon as I get my 7-star 3PO, whatever my
Done.
Ewoks are at, that's what they stay at. It's exactly the
Yeah.
same principle as my BB-8. Whatever my
Mm.
first order were at when I get my 7-star BB-8, that's it. That's what they stay at.
I mean,
I
now
put
with the
some more
Grievous team,
investment
you
into those
can
now, but
yeah, now you can find the purpose to gear BB-8 for the Grievous team, right? So
he's talking the
And-
first
right.
order.
I'm
So
talking
what
about
you
the
used to
first
unlock
order.
First order.
first order.
Just the first order.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You get BB-8 and then you gear him up for GTR. Got it.
He just stops. He stops.
I
farming
stop at
first
gear
order.
7 and
Got
8.
it. Got it.
Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
you need for BB-8.
And
And BB, I mean, don't get me wrong. BB-8 is still an important character to have for GAC, without a doubt. Because you can put BB-8 in a Resistance team, you can put BB-8 in a GG Nukem team. There are 2 good squads that BB-8 is very, very good in,
Yeah.
especially for GACs.
Absolutely. Anything else that you're kind of working on for this next week? I know you're happy with your 7-star Golden God. But, anything else?
So I'm trying to gear up the Separatists a little bit more. I just got Droidica to gear 12, but I'm trying to stay more consistent on the path, like what is more efficient long term than current term. Just gear up. Hey, let's gear up this guy, which I'll probably not use in a few weeks' time. So I
Mhm.
just want to stay focused, gas track, and when I have that guy, I'll be really happy about my bloat. That's for sure.
You are doing a much better job in progression than I am. I'll just put it that way.
I mean,
I
it
just
does
hit
help that I
Div
have
5.
a top-end Padme team, so I can get really good rewards and negotiator.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of lucky in that aspect. It's a
At
lot of
least
crystals.
we don't have to worry about you being left behind with everybody else as the divisions progress, because obviously we've got people in a 5-6 at the moment. There's now
Mhm.
nobody in 6. Everybody's in 5.
Yeah, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah, you're right.
That's interesting.
Everybody's in 5, so we can stop calling it 5-6.
5-6. Hey!
We can now
Five.
just call
No.
it 5. We can retire
Yeah.
Division 6.
For now.
Yay.
We might need to bring people in 6, right?
No.
No?
Or
Or the point
we'll
is to keep
explain
going
the
up.
plan. We'll explain the plan more as the season progresses. But
All right.
Well,
Getting ahead of myself then.
yeah.
So other than that, Neil, do you have any other questions?
No. Congratulations, mate. You've had a great
you.
week, and I mean, I know we're only halfway through this month, but you're sitting pretty. You're sitting prettier than Flair.
Oh, poor Flair. That's really unfortunate. It's just, it can't
Well,
happen to
I
any of
have no
us.
response to this. I'm just gonna take it and go with it.
Yeah,
So,
just make sure to
take
join
it,
GC
you
now.
take
It's alive. It's live now. Just
I'm
put your
setting
best
my
mods.
alarm for like 10 minutes before, so that way if
No,
I
do
do
it now.
anything before,
Do it now.
I'm not
You got the
locking
game
in right
open?
now. I'm not locking. I have stuff to work on.
Okay.
Infinite, where can people find you, and what are you doing? Like, what are you doing on your channels and your spaces?
So usually I stream a bunch of arena climbs, so Squad Arena, Fleet Arena, and whatever is around that time available at the game. Sometimes I do some Galactic War, just test out 3 teams in there. It's actually kind of fun to see if they can survive long enough.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's usually just about the climbs, and then when we have GCs, we do them. And I'm trying to work a bit more on my YouTube channel, try to get some guides out of new journey guide characters. So, for example, I did one on Padme because sometimes not everybody has geos, not everyone went the GG tactics. So, for example, one of the characters that people work on very hard is Jango Fett, which comes from the Houndstooth node farm.
Mm-hmm.
So by using Jango Fett in that 7-star unlock, there's a pretty cool way of doing it, which I put it on a video. I tried to also do a very detailed guide on a tier 5 of JTR's event, because I felt like at the time there was just a bunch of videos of gear 10 Finn, gear 10 Rays, and that was not really helpful. So just doing it with the gear 8's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm going towards right now.
All right, awesome. Dude, Infinum, it is always a pleasure to have people on, and it's been a pleasure to have you and to have some Portugal representation here in GACenter. So all right, guys, after this, we will have a clip from one of Infinum's GACs this week, and after that, we'll get to the thoughts and acknowledgments. So we'll see you guys on the other side.
Bye. Remove TM, stun lock again, it's okay, but we have R2 in here, let's see how this goes. Alright. This does remove TM, right?
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that interview. I know we enjoyed making the interview. So it's thoughts and acknowledgements. And we've got quite a good show, haven't we? We've picked up a boatload of followers this week.
I know. And like we've said, we usually hold this till the very end. So in order, would like to thank Ordell Robbie, Robin Spiltroblocks, Sty_1, Rockfan PNW, Force2_Arrow, Sky811, Sendow13, and Holy Cheese 15. Thank you all so much for the follows. Greatly appreciate it. We are so close to hitting 500 followers here on the Escape Podcast.
Yes, that would be so nice. That would be so nice.
And yeah, so I'm actually excited to be playing this week, unlike this last week. Nah, we're not gonna talk about this last week anyways. But other than that, Neil, what's going on the channel?
Well, the channel, we do have one important announcement to make, because we added a team member today, didn't we?
Oh, you're right.
Don't forget the new team member. We
I
have
know,
a new
it just happened today.
new member on the production team. It is the mod to the stars, our new chief scout, Toyota. Yes,
Toyota's
you heard it
joining us,
first,
and it's
right
really
here.
exciting.
Toyota has joined the production crew. They're going to be part of the production crew. They're going to help do various different bits and pieces. They're going to, scout people out, maybe get some reports. We're referring to them as the chief scout because they are going to be out there modding for so many different GACs. That Toyota's going to be able to feed us loads of little bits of information that we'll be able to use in our report when we're generating them on the nights when it's time to crunch and get everything ready for the show.
But yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think. We mentioned them last week, but the Kyber show, I believe is running Friday this week, on Skeletrix's channel on YouTube.
Yep.
So, if you want to see an in-depth analysis of a couple of key battles from different content creators, go check them out. We have a link in the chat right now. It's really awesome. You have the super detailed design that Skeletrix does in the analysis between both what they've both seen. So awesome to see. Other than that, Neil, on the Escape Podcast, what's coming up?
Well, we have lots to talk about because it's been such a jam-packed week of news. Yeah, obviously, I don't know. Was I pulling? I didn't quite hear the sarcasm. I don't think I pulled that off as well as. No, I wasn't. I didn't pull.
No, the inflection just wasn't there.
No, So obviously we've got the show this week. I'm not going to tell you who our guest is. but we'll always have somebody fun. You know, we always have somebody fun on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Paul will be doing his thing on Thursday evening, and then obviously you will be doing your thing with Paul on Saturday evening. And then
we've had a couple new games come around that we're really excited about, and you got to sit in and listen on us just being a bunch of stupid idiots playing Fall Guys.
But yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I've got my GACs this week, and then just kind of whatever's coming up. I know I'm playing a bunch of other stuff right now, so I'm really excited, having a lot of fun with what I'm doing right now. But guys, seriously, we appreciate all the supports and all of the follows and everything that you all give us. Other than that, Neil, anything else?
No, I'm good, mate. You know what time it is.
Oh, I love saying this, guys. Thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Neil, hit the button.
Got it, mate. Cheerio, everybody.
See y'all.